Look, Ma, no hands. Let's get to work. So on both sides, I just have to find this angle on the top and the bottom, and then we should be good to just measure from there to there, and then predict the angle with my square. These pieces will be just straight, and then same with the front side. So it should be relatively straightforward. It appears we have a roof leak. The objective for now has changed. We're gonna investigate this. It's always best to solve these problems before they get worse. Kill them while they're tiny. Looks like I only have one. Recently it snowed here, so I think it just sat right there on the top. I'm gonna go figure it out and hopefully seal it back up. It honestly looks like it's just sitting on top. I did notice that hole, but I think if it was that hole, it would definitely be wet down there on the bottom. So I think I'm just gonna go with it sitting on top out there on the edge. Okay, I know it's in the area of this screw and mainly this screw. So I'm gonna check under here, and then I'm also just gonna go to these screws as well as these screws and even these screws. I'm just gonna seal them all up, put sealant, and put new screws in every one of these spots. And I might even seal this up too if I have enough left. Something like that. Maybe even rub it in a little bit, kind of like that. Smear it in, make sure it gets on all the sides. This one has some water. After you put the screws back in, go ahead and smear that caulk on top of that screw. Make sure it's all sealed up. And just like that, you're good. Now at this point, all you can do is hope and pray and move on. To get the angle you're looking for, you put this corner, called the pivot corner, right on the point you need. And then you adjust this side right here to whatever angle you need. And this right here is the degree. So if you did that, cut it like that, it'd be 45 degrees, right? If you come up here and go up here, it's about 9 degrees, which if I remember correctly, that's what it was up there. Now we measure from down there all the way up to that corner. And I'm just using a piece of cardboard to write all these measurements down. I could be lazy with it and just throw these pieces side by side on the corner and just call it, but I'm actually gonna take the table saw and rip this down what the width is so that they're both the same length out to the actual corner. After I do this one and get more confident with my measurements, I'll make sure to just bring up a few pieces so that I'm not wasting so much time, but I just gotta make sure that all my measurements are right before I go through and ruin all my trim by cutting it. Thank goodness I only gotta do that 4 times. It's too short up top, about 1/4 of an inch. This is why we didn't cut all of them. A little bit long. Okay, I'm gonna retry that first one. So I guess we can just test them this way. That would have been smart. Imagine that, we're perfect. This one is perfect. bead of that good stuff. That isn't necessary. I've worked in many fields with leaks and things like that, so I kind of do it out of nature. This one turned out great. I hope the next do. I'm gonna go ahead and get those done, and I'll show you when I'm done with them. Just like that, all of the corners are done. Man, it looks good. We're all good. This is ready to be sealed up, but before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and cut the windows out. We'll go ahead and get those installed, and then we'll trim those, and then we'll go through and seal everything. My plan was to use a smaller trim than what I used here on the corners. I used up all the sticks, but I have so many little chunks and my windows aren't that big. So I'll be able to utilize that material for all the windows, and I'll probably have to get a couple sticks, but that's better than reordering all new trim. I'm gonna cut these two windows and then try and install them and see how that goes. And kind of use that to gauge on how I'm gonna move on the others. Note to self though, since I did do this 1x4, is space it out a little bit. So I couldn't use the router on two of the edges, which is okay. But I mean, I did buy a $30 bit just to do this. So now you trade me sides. We should be good for the rest. We made it! This thing throws the shavings. I haven't seen light in here like this in a long time. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna clean these, do a rough level, make sure these are close, test fit the window, and if all is well, we'll go ahead and seal the sides in the top and maybe even the bottom, and then we'll go ahead and install this thing. Just like that, first one done. It actually went pretty smooth and I like it. Turned out great. You know what we do? Let's keep on going. And it's the biggest one. Just like that, first two are done. Now we can start working towards the other ones. I do notice these do need some cleaning up. I have to scrape this off before I put on the trim and probably take like a sponge and kind of clean off the gooey parts. Other than that though, they look good. Both of these look good. And I say they turned out pretty dang good. Alrighty, another day. Theoretically, there should be 2 windows under here. I've had the windows for months. And I haven't even looked at these. They could be broken for all I know. These are the 2 picture frame windows. That means they don't slide open. It's only glass. And they're the 2 top ones for the natural light. And they are custom windows. They're expensive. Let's be careful. Voila. Dang. Packed them in here like some sardines. And no bubble wrap or anything. Now, the windows are all installed. We got all 5 of them in here. I couldn't be more pleased, honestly. They turned out great and I like them. None of them are broken. We're good to go. That being said, we have a lot of cleanup to do. We gotta go get more supplies and I'm gonna cut some trim up to see if I need some more. I'm so happy there's light back in here. Got our load. Let's get out of here. To get the gunk off, I used WD-40, and that actually worked really well on all of the windows. Worked better than hot water, just a scraper, all of that. WD-40 or razor blade. So I just drilled 3 holes in this L piece. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it like this to where it drips over the window. And I'm just gonna tack it up there with the 3 nails. And then once I put that piece of trim on, I'll shoot through it as well. Alrighty, we're back. It's another day. It's Friday. I think we're just gonna do the skill saw and square method. Keep her nice and straight. Fingers crossed. I like the pattern. I like the little offset on the top and bottom. I think it looks good. Turned out great. Once again, I'm gonna get going on the rest of them and I'll show you when I'm done with the sick edit. 3, 2, 1. And just like that, we have reached another end of a video. Thank you so much. I appreciate you again. If you made it this far, God bless you. Very few things to do left. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up and finish this last few things. Take some pictures, post this thing up for sale again. After those few things are finished, and they're pretty small little things that won't take long. It's paint for the outside. And then it's just inside. I don't know if I'm gonna have it or if somebody else will own it, but till then, I guess we're just gonna clean it and post it for sale. And I've got a lot of cleaning to do. God bless and peace out.